Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be putting wizard-like frames on the Shadow 3s. So first off, the wheels arrived just recently. They are from Yo-Yo Skate Shop. You can see the logo there, walking is too slow. They are 90 millimeters, 88A hardness, and a really bright orange color. I was waiting on them as they arrived at a different time to the frames and bearings. If you've seen my last video, you know this already. So I rode the skates once. The frames were pretty nice. Didn't get real bite. Got some nice grinds. However, on my first session, I lost this piece. It fell off and I couldn't find it. I tried talking to the skate shop. They said it would take them 2 weeks to get the part. 2 weeks later, no part. I took the part off my other Shadow skates and eventually managed to get in touch with a Chinese power slide store that sells dupe skates, and I ordered the part from them. So first I'm going to start by removing the middle wheels, as you know, just to get to the mounting bolts. This is on all UFS frames skates. You can see Xiaohe, that is the name of my pet rabbit. She's interested in all the new smells from the frames, bearings, and wheels. The axle comes out easily enough if you just poke it through from the other side with the tool, and the wheel can come out with a little tugging. And you can see that it has Wicked bearings inside. Wicked bearing is a pretty decent bearing, not the best nor worst I've had. The wheel was really solid, a nice flat profile, I'd say comparable with Blade Club wheels. I've also tried Conjure wheels, which were just absolutely top tier. And for bearings, I've also tried the Go Project crown bearings and KMT bearings. Go Project crown bearings were pretty good, but very fiddly. KMT felt very sluggish. I've spent a lot of time taking wheels off since when I first started skating. I used to use a lot of really poorly made wheels. They were almost like perishables. They would fall apart after a few sessions, and a lot of the time I would be just rolling in the streets, going from my uni to my friend's uni, and that was a couple of Ks, and yeah, just doing that like a few times a week. They would just have big chunks missing in them, so I'd go through wheels pretty quickly. Then again, I did get them for quite a cheap price. I remember once I was playing around just trying to get the rest of the rubber off to get to the plastic core in the middle when I slipped and gave myself a pretty big scar on my right hand. And if you look in the middle of the sole plate, you can see that it has the Shadow logo in between the old style of spelling Shadow on either side. Anyway, here are the mounting bolts. You can see that the front one is shorter than the back one. I never really knew why they were different sizes, and this holds true for quite a number of skates. If you know why, maybe you can message down below. Also, if you happen to know a skate that does have the same size mounting bolts, let me know down below. So now I am mounting the UFS Sago frame onto the skate. The last time I've mounted a non-aggressive frame onto my skates was a marathon, like a rollerblade marathon. It was some random city in China. My friends invited me along. The only skates I had at the time were Rems, and I was given a set of 80 millimeter flat, like freestyle frames. So there are 5 holes. That's for a setup of for 90mm or with a special piece that is sold separately, you can have 300mm wheels. I got some twin cam bearings. You can see those in my last video. I kind of show them off a little. I use the tool to push the bearing in properly so it gets into the wheel, and I start putting the wheels on. I've never personally tried twin cam bearings. However, I do feel like Wizard or Mushroom, or amalgamation of the two, they are pretty happy with using a set of rust-proof twin cam bearings. So I assume it's a pretty good brand. I always found rollerblade maintenance to be pretty fun. There's quite a number of reasons why it's good to take the wheels out, maybe clean them. I did a lot of street skating, so oftentimes maybe, dirt, hair, string can get caught up in the wheels. Sometimes they get those edges, so you have to shift it around, put the front wheels in the back, swap left and right if you're really anal about it. And it is pretty fun just to do that, to sit down, maybe listen to some music and spend some time focused on your rollerblades for a couple of minutes or however long it takes. It's a sort of meditation onto itself. So as you can see here, it's super easy to tighten them. I really like this kind of one-sided axle where it's just the one bolt in the frame. There was also the kind where it's two separate bolts that you have to tighten, or at least have two tools, and then there's ground control, you have a single tool needed. So this frame is number 10 of 30. It's a limited run. I initially was trying to get hold of model number 7, just to get that 007 look. Onto the wheels, you can see some Chinese there. It's the first character for Yozi, which means pomelo, and it's also the name of the brand, Yo-Yo Skate Shop. Onto the shadows. Shadows. I'm going to mount the fluid frames onto the older Shadows skates. It's pretty much just the reverse process of taking them off. So I'm gonna first mount them and then put in the two middle wheels back in, just tighten everything up. I think the lighter gray color will look great on the darker gray skates. After spending time with both the older and newer frames, I can definitely say the single-sided axles on the frames are a lot less tedious to manipulate than the more traditional double-sided axle. I do hope skating goes in a direction where they start using that, though I'm not sure how viable it is on plastic skates. I guess time will tell. And there we go, done. They're looking both great. I've only done one skate so far, so with some movie magic, I'll finish the other two. And there we have it, the Wizard Shadow Skate. It's really nice looking. The orange is just sheer circumstance, but the orange from the wheels brings out all the different orange accents on the skate. The light gray on dark gray for the older shadows with the fluid frames also looks super cool. Yeah, that's all. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked it, please give me a follow, give this video a like, and comment down below.